Welcome to Reuters. I'm Kate Jackson. Years of high energy prices have helped Algeria to assemble a cash cushion which should see it even through years of low oil prices, according to Energy and Mines Minister Chakib Khelil. Nonetheless, prices in the 40s are bound to curtail investment into future projects. Reuters correspondent Karen Stoiker spoke to Minister Khelil at the OPEC seminar in the Austrian capital of Vienna. She started by asking him where he saw oil prices at the end of the year.
Well, I said before, that with the right decisions to be made by the G20 on 2nd of April on, improving the chances for recovery, economic recovery, and also on regulation, the financial sector. I see the oil price going to $60 by the end of the year, and we may not need actually to do anything as OPEC, because the demand will strengthen, and also we see a further increase in demand in the third quarter. So that means basically good things for the world economy and for OPEC. It doesn't need to make the very hard, decisions that it needs to make.
Can member states live with an oil price of between $40 and $50 a barrel?
Well, they have to. Right now, I don't think they have a choice. They have to because, the uncertainties in the economy is such that you cannot really establish equilibrium between supply and demand and reestablish a new level of prices. So you'll have to live with it. But I don't think it's sustainable, not only for OPEC, but also for other non-OPEC to develop, new fields, and to develop, new reserves in the future. So even if we don't have, the higher prices this year or next year, by the lack of investments during this time, we're going to end up anyway with the same scenario we have seen already happen after '98, which means in 2003 we had the prices that were, twice or triple the prices we had in '98.
Speaking of investments, you said you wanted to invest $63.5 billion over the next 5 years. Do you think it is a good idea to add a whole load of new capacity at times when prices are falling?
Well, it's not necessarily, capacity building. I think it's also to develop, the infrastructure, pipelines, to develop, of course, refineries, to develop petrochemicals, and so forth. So the big chunk of it is exploration, but also, like you say, development. But those are not going to come on stream, the next couple of years. They're going to come on stream in the next 5 years to 10 years. So we all use as hypothesis that the oil prices are not going to be at this level in the next 5 to 10 years. They'll have to be, much higher than they are today because of the lack of investments, and also because if we want to introduce renewable energies, we want to protect the environment, and Mr. Tanaka talked about it today with the tax on carbon and so forth. We're going to see much higher prices, in the future. So in the long term, I think it pays to continue. If we hadn't started, I think we would have not really invested, but since we have already started and we have invested, we need to complete those investments, and those are not necessarily added capacity. They are, just debottlenecking. It is also making up for declining fields and so forth.